Okay, so I've set it up so it should record our meeting and my voice and yours, and then I will put it on YouTube for you to see. Okay?
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, can you see my sharing?
Yes, I can see ArcGIS.
Yes. Maybe just for me to explain what I did.
Yeah.
What I did, I downloaded satellite images.
Okay.
This one. This is the one. Yes, these are the satellite images that I downloaded.
Yeah.
Which is showing the fishing effort.
Okay.
Yes. So you can download the images and also you can have CSV files.
Okay.
Yes. The CSV file, I wanted to extract the countries or the flags which are fishing within the EEZ.
Yeah.
And then also to get the hours that they were spending, which is the fishing effort.
Okay.
Yes. And then for the satellite image, I used it for me to show the distribution. Yes. So those were the two things where I used the satellite image.
That's very good.
Yes. And then I went further, download chlorophyll.
Yeah.
And this is our chlorophyll and temperature.
Ah, okay. So CHA is chlorophyll. Okay.
Yes. You will not understand. Sorry.
No, I was wondering what the CHA was, but okay.
Okay. Then SST is the temperature.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Yes. So these are the two things.
Yeah.
So now I want to see how they are interlinked.
Yes.
How temperature and chlorophyll are influencing the distribution of the fishing vessels.
Yes.
Which is the fishing effort.
Yeah.
Yes. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to find the hotspot areas where these fishing vessels are concentrating.
Yeah.
Yes, that's where my challenge is. Like I have the information here for all the years.
Yes.
From 2018 to 2022.
Yeah.
For chlorophyll and also for temperature and for fishing effort.
Okay. So if you let me share my screen, I will show you how you can do it in QGIS.
Okay. Yes. And also on the satellite images, I converted them to points. At the location. These are the locations.
Okay. So those are the location of. Okay, you have the location of the vessel, so it's very good.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep the TIFF file for all the satellite imagery, and we're going to use points for the vessel. And what we're going to do is that we're going to extract for each vessel the data on the chlorophyll and also the SST. So then we're going to have a table where for each vessel you should have, if it's in the attribute, we should have the time spent fishing. And then on top of that, we're going to also have like which country, all of this information you already have. And then on top of it, we're going to add the data from the satellite imagery. So you know for each vessel, they are fishing in that much chlorophyll, in that much sea temperature, and then you can compare them. Does it make sense? So you can see whether you have a lot of fishing vessels that are.
Sharing?
Yeah, you can stop sharing.
So that I can see your screen.
Yes. So I'll share my screen. Share the whole screen. Share. Okay. So can you see it?
Yes.
Okay. So I had some difficulties. You can see here like those marks. It says that I could not find the file, but maybe I just need to look for it. So what I have is that, let's say we have the different locations. So what we're going to do is to take, for instance, location, put 2018, which are all those locations, right? Those are those are the vessel, location vessels 2018.
Yes.
And you see when you right click on it, you're going to have different options, and you have the attribute table which is there. So you're going to see for each vessel there is a value. I guess this is the fishing time, the fishing effort.
Yes, the fishing effort.
Okay, so that's the fishing effort. And what we want to do is that we want to have other elements. So what we're going to do for that is we're going to use, let me move that thing on top. There is the sharing screen buttons at the top, which are a pain for me. Okay, move that, and how to move that? Okay, I'm going to move the window. Okay, so what we're going to do, what we want is to extract values like the CHL of 2018 to those points, or for instance here, and SST, right? SST, which is here. So let me put the SST.
Please, before you continue.
Yeah.
So you are combining.
Yes, we're going.
The location.
Yes.
Sea surface temperature, chlorophyll, and the satellite images.
Yes.
Okay.
So the satellite image is this one, I guess.
Yes.
Okay. So the way to do it is to go to, is it in plugin for me? Analysis. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to plugins and choose analysis and point sampling tool. So before I go further, QGIS does not come by default with this. So you will need to go and install it. And to do that, you remain in plugins and you choose manage and install plugins. And this will connect you then to an online database. It means that your computer needs to be on the internet. And from here, we're going to, what was the name? I forgot. We're going to look for point sampling tools. So on top here, you type point sampling. So for me, it's already installed. So there is the tick mark here. But for you, you're going to see that. And what you want to do is to install the plugin. And once you've installed the plugin, you will be able to use the tools. So let's say you install it, it's all in. The next things you have to do is to go back here to your plugins, go to analysis, choose point sampling tool. And then you're going to have this window that opens. And this time what we want to do is we want to, the layer containing the sampling points will be the location vessels 2018. So we choose this one. And then we can choose what data we want to add. So you see here we have the list of data. And you will notice that the list of data which is here is only the one which is visible on the map. If they are not visible on the map, meaning that if you didn't tick them here, 2019, 2020, you cannot add them here. So let me show you. If I add 19, 20, 21, 22, and then I go to plugins and back here, I have now more options.
Okay.
So let's say now it's location vessel 2018. So we're going to choose the chlorophyll 2018 and the SST 2018. I have two of them for some reason. And then I guess this is the satellite imagery. And once you have done that, you have two options. You can either save it as a temporary file, so you just don't do anything, or you just go to browse on the right here and you choose where you want to share your data. So this is your folder, data needed. We're going to create a shapefile first, and we could call it location vessels 2018 samples, and save it. Please let me save it. Say yes. Looks like the computer is a bit slow. Okay. And then once this is done, I'm going to press OK. And it's going to calculate. And the calculation is finished. And here I have a new data set, which is called Location Vessels 2018 Samples, SHP, which is the data set we created. And then if I click on the right, and I go to the Open Attribute table, I'm going to see that on top of the data I had earlier, I have the CHL, SST, and data of 2018, which is the DM, the satellite imagery. The other thing you might want to do after that is because if we export it as a text file or a CSV file to work in Excel to do some statistics on it, we might want to know the vessels that are, let's say, up to X degrees north or Y degrees north, so that we can separate different regions. And for that, we will need to know the X, Y location of each vessel. So to do so, what we're going to do is to open this option here, which is the field calculator. And we're going to create a new field, which we're going to call X. We are going to make X a decimal number. And we're going to press $X. And this will calculate in degrees minute second here, the position in X of your vessel. It's here, sorry. And then we can do this. We can do the same in Y. Sorry, not this one. This one. We're going to call it Y. $Y.
Oh, okay, can you go back? I did not see where you said.
Oh, sorry. Yes. So this one here, what we're going to do is to choose that tool, the same one that we used earlier, which is called the field calculator. We're going to press on it, and we're going to call it Y as the Y direction, and $Y, and this will calculate the Y location for every single ship. Now, you see, I'm saving the document. It takes a bit of time. So you see on the right here, we are in EPSG 4326, which is in degrees minute second. Maybe one thing we want to do is to modify that so that we are in coordinate system that are maybe more appropriate for Namibia. But that's another step for if you want to. Okay, now we have this location vessels 2018 samples. One thing we want to do is to go right click on it and go to export as save features as. And once we are here, we can convert the S3 shapefile into a CSV file, and we're going to name it vessel 2018 sampled. Save. Okay, we're in EPSG 4326, and we're going to say OK. And now we have this file which is saved here. So I'm going to close it remove it for the time being. You can do that for every single year. And then if I go, let's say, and open Excel, where is Excel? I can go and from the table, let me open table, you got data component, and from data a text file. So I'm going to go.
Okay, are you opening the CSV?
Yes, I'm going to go and find the CSV and open the CSV. So teaching, education KU, PhD student, Charlene, data needed, and here we have our CSV file. So I'm going to import it.
Okay, I'm not seeing what you are doing.
Oh, you
have the Excel open.
Oh, it doesn't show it on. Okay, let me stop that. I will redo it because I think it's the sharing. I must have shared part of the screen earlier. So let me stop the sharing, and I'm going to share it again. Share the whole screen, share. Now can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so data vessel, share. Okay, there is too much data. So I'm going to go by Excel. So let me open Excel. You can see I open Excel?
Yes, I can.
Okay. So, and what I'm going to do is to go to data. Okay, I should be able to open it straight away though. Data, web text file, and go to education, teaching. Okay, and the data is here. So we're going to import it. It's a comma separated, so comma. Okay. Next and end. Okay. So now we have our data set with the CHL, SST, and 2018. I guess this will be. Let me check. Yeah, the effort. Okay, perfect. So what we can do first is simply, I'm going to call it effort 2018. Effort 2018. So if we have this one, and let's say SST, we can graph it, blah, 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 insert. We can try to have a look at the relation.
No, I'm just saying that it's in Japanese, so I'm not seeing where you're going.
Sorry. So this is simply in Excel. When you go to the graphic, you just choose the type of graphic. I'm sure you will be able to do it on your own. So what we're going to do is to look at this. We start at 0. We want to start maybe at 10 and go to 22. And so it looks like we have, if I go to, let's say, 1,500 in here. Oi. So here, this is the comparison between so the time spent, the effort hours, and the SST, right? So the efforts are on the x-axis, and this is that was maybe not the best way to do it. Let's reverse the axis. It looks like the graphic will look much better the other way around. Yes. So that I can do X. Where are the numbers? Not here. Katachi. No, that's not this. So let's eliminate the outliers and go up to 2000. And let's look at the data from 10 in chlorophyll to from 10 in chlorophyll to 20. Okay. So when we look at this, we're going to see that we have actually the efforts which is happening between.
Effort is the Y.
The Y is in the effort, right? So the effort is concentrated around, let's say, 15 to 19 of chlorophyll.
15 to 19.
So you see, you have the maximum value. All the values that reach above 600 are between 15 and 19. And actually, when you explain it, it does make sense, because the chlorophyll goes up with the phytoplankton, and phytoplankton and also elements that rise the chlorophyll coming from the coastal waters is rich in nutrients. So fish come and eat those nutrients. So when the water is more poor, you're going to have actually less. Well, it's not always the case. The chlorophyll can kill all the fish when you have an outburst of phytoplankton. This can kill the fish, but most of the time it means that it's feeding ground for the fish around those areas. So for you, having high level of efforts in areas where the fish are going to feed, it makes sense. So once you have so you can do that. Let's say that's the efforts and the SST. Let's look at that's the SST. That's not the chlorophyll. That's the sea temperature. Let's look now at the chlorophyll. Let's go chlorophyll and the effort. Oh, this one looks much better, where you have a clear maximum efforts that goes down with the chlorophyll. So what I'm going to do is to go on that scale.
Okay, what are you changing there, Chris?
What I'm what?
Those numbers that you are changing.
Oh yes, okay. So when you have a graph in Excel, like this one, you can click on the left on the y-axis where you have all those numbers. And when you have chosen the y-axis, you can choose to modify it. And on the top right here, there is this bar graph. So if I click on the bar graph, if it allows me to click on the bar graph, it doesn't. It froze for some reason. Okay, hold on a second. What I'm going to do is to stop the recording for a while and save it before the computer bugs fully.